वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Warm welcome everyone in the study of Nectar of Instruction. So we'll continue our study of Nectar of Instruction from text 2. We'll begin. It's very helpful in life when we know where the pitfalls are, and we know that what is the right direction. Everyone in life is looking for good directions, and when directions, when they are coming from pure personalities, pure directions, something soul proper which is beneficial for the soul proper, then definitely we'll find our inclination towards it. Definitely we'll find our interest towards it, because deep down we all of us, check it out, see, one could be a big say again societal sense speaking, one could be a thief, a liar, a morally, ethically, principally corrupt person, but deep down all of us are looking for truth, all of us are looking for reality. None of us like to be cheated, even though we may cheat others or we are cheating ourselves, but none of us like to be cheated. Hmm? So when we are presented with something which is pure, which is something which is sublime, if we maintain a slight bit of sanity, definitely it will attract. We will be attracted towards it, and this is the overall practice of Krishna consciousness. That in the practice of Krishna consciousness, see, when attending kirtan. When listening to Kirtan, say remotely on phone, YouTube, and all, or in person, some things happen simultaneously. In Kirtan, the mood, the tempo, so some things will happen simultaneously. What? One is we get into the Kirtan. There comes a stage, a phase when we are so immersed, we want to be fully immersed, absorbed, engrossed in the Kirtan fully. And then we tell to ourselves that what am I doing? What am I doing with life? Why am I making life so complicated? Hmm? And this simple setting of Kirtan is such a soothing, calming life, such a peaceful life. And again, being in Kirtan, naturally come a point wherein we are praying also simultaneously. See, japa, meditation, kirtan, naturally will come a point when we will pray and we will long for what? For the vision of Krishna, darshan of Krishna, association of Krishna, his pure devotees, more seva and the entrance in the eternal realm. See, we all are attracted. What do we say? Would you say? Would you agree? We all are attracted to knowledge, right? Everyone is a bit inquisitive, and everyone is attracted to knowledge. Then we all are attracted to the concept of immortality. We all want a life which is immortal, or even in this life, we want a good, healthy life, peaceful life, a joyous life. And peaceful meaning we still want adventure, excitement, thrill in life, but it has to be overall peaceful. The end result overall peaceful. So we all are attracted towards some inquisitiveness, knowledge, immortality. This towards joy, bliss. And one thing, if we can be attracted towards what? Eternity. Towards eternity. If we can develop our vision that I am a spirit soul, I am an eternal spiritual being actually. And now this human life gives us this opportunity, this right this option, na, to exercise, to transcend ourselves or to transport ourselves towards eternity. Using the temporariness, we have to transport ourselves towards eternity. So the first text we read a bit more on anger, mind's demand, senses, na, urges of the body and all, how to control. See, how to control anger. It is by going through the emotion of anger only we have to grow over anger. We just cannot escape that anger and just grow out of it suddenly say. So we have to transcend these emotions by going through grief. We'll have to give up then material grief. Huh? By going through an emotion of anger, then through good meditation, good practice, good association, we have to give up material anger. Huh? By going through emotion of greed, lust, we have to give up lust, we have to give up greed. And all of this, see, lust has its spiritual side, proper spiritual side, which is so revered actually, so revered. Anger has its proper spiritual side, which is so revered. Uh, Greed has its proper spiritual side, which is revered. So in Krishna, in pure Krishna consciousness, there is room for lust. Srila Narottam Das Thakur writes in his beautiful writings, what? Kam Krishna Sevarpane. Uh, that lust, it has to be channelized towards doing services for Krishna. Yes, I will do this for Krishna, I will do that Krishna, do that for Krishna. So we have to become that intoxicated in Kirtan, become intoxicated in Kirtan and dance in Kirtan. One should not shy away from dancing in Kirtan. One should not shy away from engaging in more and more seva. Then, uh, Lobha karo sadhu sangha hari katha. So, greed, lob. This should be what? To listen to the pastimes of Krishna in devotee association. This should be the greed. Uh, Moh ishta darshan bina. So, our hankering, our lamentation and hankering should be one only. What? I have not yet had the vision of Krishna, the darshan of Krishna. Hmm? And this should be our, see, lamentation is good. Lamentation also has the spiritual side. What? We should lament that I am not a devotee yet. That should be the lamentation. That should be, and hankering should be what? To become a devotee. That should be the hankering. If this becomes our lamentation and hankering, there is no force in this world that can stop us from attaining real joy, real peace. There is no force. If we hanker for Krishna and if we lament for Krishna. And that is where our highest interest lies. The highest interest of the soul proper is in a loving relationship with Krishna, who is the source of the soul. So when we hanker for that and we lament for that, then what we will find is all our material problems will look very bleak. What does bleak mean? Yeah, I think so. Something will appear very, very bleak. Not just appear, they will become very bleak. Meaning, all our when we are hankering and lamenting for Krishna's association, then whatever materially we are diseased by, right? Fair to say, right? We are diseased by, bitten by, something is haunting us materially. Or I don't have this, I lack this, I lack this, I don't have this house, I don't have this money, I don't have this job, I don't have this health, I don't have this thing. Or lamenting, I missed, either lamenting or hankering, either that I missed this, I lost this, or I want this. Then all such material lost and wants will become bleak altogether. They will still be there, but we won't be affected by it. So it is these instructions of Srila Rupa Goswami. Again, on the face of it, they may seem very, yes, natural, normal instructions. What is the big deal, say? Huh? Although such instructions are not, I struggle to see in society where is the platform or where these instructions are being taught at a at a great level or at whatever level in school, college, uni. No, I don't think so. Where is it in school, college, and uni where tolerance is taught? Hmm? Humility is taught. Respect, yeah, people speak of respect, and generally, respect means what? Okay, be respectful of others' opinion, and I respect my self esteem as well. Huh? But I struggle to see where is then the real growth in there. Be respectful of others' opinion. Now, others' opinion couldn't be morally very evolved opinion or wise opinion spiritually. So, what is the point on being respectful of something which is not helping us to grow spiritually? That is mundane morality. In society, we are very hung up with morality, which is good. We are a bit hung up, but most of the morality we are hung up with is just mundane morality because we do not want to include Krishna in the picture. Then it becomes a pure mundane morality. So there are instructions in society, but because Krishna, because the soul proper, because karma, reincarnation, the dharma of the soul, the destination of the soul, and the culture uh, is not there. And this is why, even though there are instructions in the society, yet what is there? Racism. Undeniable, right? Based on skin color, based on one's where does one come from, based on one's economic status, so many other things. There's so much of discrimination in society. But these instructions, teachings will help us overcome cheating. These teachings will help us overcome any sort of cheating. And we won't be seeing, when we see others, we won't be seeing as material identities based on their gender, based on their national identities, both based on their other designation oriented identity. Rather, we would see each and everyone as a pure potential devotee of Krishna. So, with this hope, mood, aim, aspiration, prayer that we see each other in friendly terms as a pure potential devotee of Krishna. Uh, there be no room for exploitation. And through these instructions, we pray for the blessings of Srila Rupa Goswami, our Acharyas, Gurudev, and we continue in the study of Nectar of Instruction. So we continue with text 2. Yesterday we read some bit of the purport. Today we'll try to cover the remainder purport as much as we can. So Harsha can read the translation. I will read the Sanskrit and we see further. अत्याहार प्रयासश्च प्रजल्प नियमाग्रह जनसङ्गश्च लौल्यं च षद्भिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति. Harsha read translation, Anuja read purport then.
One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following six activities: eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required, over endeavoring more mundane things that are very difficult to obtain, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters, practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically, associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, and being greedy for mundane achievements.
Hare Krishna. In purport, we are from this paragraph, right? Human life. Uh, okay, let us see. Human life is meant for uh, God real. Yes, Harsha, if you
Human
can read.
life,
Yeah, Anuja, read.
human
Human
life
life
is
is.
meant for God realization, and the human being is given higher intelligence for this purpose. Those who believe that this higher intelligence is meant to attain a higher taste should follow the instructions of the Vedic literatures.
Higher
By,
state, huh? Hmm.
uh, by taking such instructions from higher authorities, one can actually become situated in perfect knowledge and give real meaning to life. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.9, Sri Suta Goswami describes the proper human dharma in this way.
धर्मस्य हि अपवर्गस्य नार्थो अर्थो योपकल्पते नार्थस्य धर्मैकान्तस्य कामोलाभाय हि स्मृत.
All occupational engagements, dharma, are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should never be performed for material gain. Furthermore, one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service, dharma, should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. The first step in human civilization consists of occupational engagements performed according to the scriptural injunctions. The higher intelligence of a human being should be trained to understand basic dharma. In human society, there are various religious conceptions characterized as Hindu, Christian, Hebrew, Mohammedan, Buddhist, and so on. For without religion, human society is no better than animal society. As stated above, dharmasya hi aparvargyasya nartho.
नार्थ अर्थायोपकल्पते.
Religion is meant for attaining emancipation, not for getting bread. Sometimes human
Emancipation
society,
meaning
mm,
spiritual freedom, but in a spiritual sense, or freedom from material anxieties and attainment of one's spiritual identity. Hmm.
sometimes human society manufactures a system of so-called religion aimed at material advancement, but that is far from the purpose of true dharma. Religion entails understanding the laws of God because the proper execution of these laws ultimately leads one out of material entanglement. That is the true purpose of religion. Unfortunately, people accept religion for material prosperity because of atyahara or an excessive desire for such prosperity. True religion, however, instructs people to be satisfied with the bare necessities of life while cultivating Krishna consciousness. Even though we require economic development, true religion allows it only for supplying the bare necessities of material existence. Jivasya tattva jnanasya. The real
Jigyasa.
purpose, oh, the real
Hmm.
purpose of life is to inquire about the absolute truth. If our endeavor, prayas, is not to inquire about the absolute truth, we will simply increase our endeavor to satisfy our artificial needs. A spiritual aspirant should avoid mundane endeavor.
Read that sentence again. If
Uh,
our
uh,
endeavor,
if our endeavor is not to inquire about absolute truth, we will simply increase our endeavor to satisfy our artificial needs.
this is what we are doing, na? We are sidelining Krishna consciousness and so much obsessed with physical comforts. Hmm. So much obsessed, and we are realizing that these physical comforts are not helping still, like, and then what? Mental health is such a big problem throughout the world, whichever country. Now, first world, second world, third world, whatever the economic status or political status or any status, sort of status, but there's so much of this mental health problems. Okay, Harsha, read another impediment.
Another impediment is prajalpa, unnecessary talking. When we mix with a few friends, we immediately begin unnecessary talking, sounding like croaking toads. If we must talk, we should talk about the Krishna consciousness movement. Those outside of the Krishna consciousness movement are interested in reading heaps of newspapers, magazines, and novels, solving crossword puzzles, and doing many other nonsensical things. In this fashion, people simply waste their valuable time and energy. In the Western countries, old men retired from active life play cards, fish, watch television, and debate about useless geopolitical schemes. All these and other frivolous activities are included in the Prajalpa category. Intelligent persons interested in Krishna consciousness should never take part in such activities. Jan Sangha refers to associating with persons not interested in Krishna consciousness. One should strictly avoid such association. Srila Narottama Das Thakur has therefore advised us to live only in the association of Krishna conscious devotees. Bhakta Sanevasa. One should always engage in the service of the Lord in the association of the Lord's devotees. Association with those engaged in a similar line
In a similar line of business,
is very conducive to advancement in that business. Consequently, materialistic persons form various associations and clubs to enhance their endeavors. For example, in the business world, we find such institutions as the Stock Exchange and Chamber of Commerce. Similarly, we have established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness to give people an opportunity to associate with those who have not forgotten Krishna. This spiritual association offered by our ISKCON movement is increasing day by day. Many people from different parts of the world are joining this society to awaken their dormant Krishna consciousness.
Karthik, I read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura writes in his Anuvritti commentary that too much endeavor to acquire knowledge on the part of mental speculators or dry philosophers falls within the category of Atyahara, collecting more than needed. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, the endeavor of philosophical speculators to write the volumes of books on dry philosophy devoid of Krishna consciousness is entirely futile. The work of karmis who write volumes of books on economic development also falls within the category of Atyahara. Similarly, those who have no desire for Krishna consciousness and who are simply interested in possessing more and more material things, either in the shape of scientific knowledge or monetary gain, are all included under the control of Atyahara. Karmis labor to accumulate more and more money for future generation because they do not know their future position, interested only in getting more and more money for their sons and grandsons. Such foolish persons do not even know what their position is going to be in their next life. There are many incidents that illustrate this point. Once great Karmi accumulated Once a great Karmi accumulated a vast fortune for his sons and grandsons, but later, according to his karma, he took his birth in a cobbler's house located near the building which in his previous life he had constructed for his children. It is so happened that when this very cobbler came to his former house, his former sons and grandsons beat him with shoes. Unless the Karmis and Jananis become interested in
Gyanis, huh?
Gyanis become interested in Krishna consciousness, they will simply continue to waste their life in fruitless activities.
अच्छा बढ़िया.
Accepting some of the scriptural rules and regulations for immediate benefit as utilitarians advocate is called niyama agraha, and neglecting the rules and regulations of the shastras which are meant for spiritual development is called niyama agraha. The word agraha means eagerness to accept, and agraha means failure to accept. By the addition of either of these two words to the word niyama, rules and regulations, the word niyamagraha is formed. Thus, niyamagraha has a twofold meaning that is understood according to the particular combination of words. Those interested in Krishna consciousness should not be eager to accept rules and regulations for economic advancement. Yet, they should very faithfully accept scriptural rules and regulations for the advancement of Krishna consciousness. They should strictly follow the regulative principles by avoiding illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication.
ठीक है, यहाँ एक बार देखेंगे यहाँ तक, and then we let us maybe discuss this much, and then we see, huh? See, very practical, very clear what Prabhupada is writing. You know, see, human form of life, we are so obsessed with, we carry a short-term vision. Huh? We carry a short-term vision. See this, uh, some friends was mentioning this. What? Say a person, he is, he's in a prison, say a person is in a prison, huh? And he's inside the walls of the prison. Hmm? Now, what has happened is, imagine he's inside the walls of the prison and it is a bit cold, autumn or getting chilly, November time. It's getting a bit chilly. And you know what the prisoners have arranged in there? They have said, okay, there is this ladder. Hmm? Now you have to cut this ladder, chop the ladder, cut the ladder, and you can use the wood for what? Burning fire. And that will keep you warm. Okay, Mr. Prisoner, you understand your job? Now this is your service. Cut the ladder. The big ladder is here. Cut it and use it for burning fire, and this will give you warmth. Now, what? See, seeing this, the prisoner, he has a direct opportunity given. What? He using the ladder, he can climb from the ladder and get out of the prison. Hmm? He can climb the ladder and get out of the prison, but no, because we are so lost, what do? Oh, yes, fine. Let us chop this ladder. Let us cut this ladder and get the wood out of it, and we'll use this wood to burn fire and keep ourselves warm. Where? Inside the prison, within those four walls. This is how we live life. We live life very, we carry very narrow mentality, very box oriented mentality, and religion is no different. So much na in boxing is like putting into boxes. Actually, Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada writes in his teachings beautifully. He says, what? Philosophy without religion. Philosophy is there, but the religion aspect is not there. Then it is mental speculation. huh? Dry speculation, mental speculation, or whimsical. And religion, but without philosophy. Religion, but without practice of philosophy, say is just sentimentalism. And this is what, if I may say, Hinduism, or even for that matter, say Christianity and perhaps Islam and all, struggling. What the religion aspect is there, but the philosophy, no one is much interested. You go in churches, places like Brazil, so many churches there in Brazil, right? Now you go there, mainly what will you find? Especially on Sunday only, there's good gathering. On weekdays, not much good gathering. Correct me. Also, what is the mindset? Elderly people go to church, not youth. No, church is not for youngsters. And children do go, why? Because they have to follow their parents or elderly, so they go. And when they go to church, it's like sermon is speaking something, is giving a sermon, the vicar, priest, clergy is giving a sermon, but ladies, they are busy amongst themselves, na? Talking, societal talks, by and large, say. So the religion bit aspect is there, okay, going to places of worship, going to temple, going to church, but the philosophy, the purpose behind it is lacking. So, see, we ask this question. Generally, when any question is asked, what is the way? What? Right? How? Where? When? What else? Why? And what? How to ask a question? What are the means and forms of asking a question? What does it involve in the asking questions? What is there? Then, when is there? Uh, when are you going? What are you doing? Where are you going? Then from where, by whom, from whom, sort of thing, whom, how are you going, why are you going? So of all this, what, when, how, why, which is the most important? Second. Okay. So Alicia says why. I don't know why she says why. Why do you say why, Alicia? Yeah. Why is the most important? Why is the most important? See, some questions now, when does not hold much relevance. When, okay, fine. Where, okay, fine. Where, huh. Then, how is important. Okay, how? How to do this? How to become a devotee? How to do good japa? How to practice Krishna consciousness? But firstly, the why has to be sorted. If the why is not clear, why to practice Krishna consciousness, then we will never come into how to practice Krishna consciousness. Some people naturally they carry good faith, okay, from good past lives, and they are a bit drawn towards spirituality, religion, so they straight go into the how bit. But for a sustained, for a deeper, like how to practice Krishna consciousness, for a sustained and deeper and evolved and wise practice of Krishna consciousness, the why has to be clear. And this why is like an ongoing journey. The more the why bit is clear, na, that why do I practice Krishna consciousness? Why? What is the purpose? What is the reason? What is the aim? And this purpose has to be so lofty, so evolved that it has to completely we have to be completely enamored by it. It has to completely capsulate us. Is that the word? Capsulate, or and we have to be completely possessed by our purpose of practicing Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, there are lots of pitfalls in life. Hmm? Lots of distraction. What does pitfall mean? Pitfall, isn't it like there are lots of holes or danger points wherein traps. Yes, wherein can get trapped. Lots of distraction. And you see, our attraction is in distraction only. Is it not? See, our attraction is completely in distraction, not just little bit in distraction. We are attracted to distraction only. And this distraction, where does it lead? Ultimately, destruction. Ultimately, destruction. If not instantly, then eventually destruction only. So where is our attraction? Societies, us. hmm, Where is our attraction? Towards sense enjoyment, towards temporariness, whatever it be, towards even knowledge. What do we want? Okay, let me get this knowledge. What will happen out of it? Some good physical comforts. I will make a good business deal. I will what? Get some money out of it, make a good house, or some intellectual satisfaction getting out of it. Uh, Ultimately, nothing for the purpose of the soul, or as we read, na, for the emancipation of the soul proper. Soul is hankering for emancipation. I give a small story. How check this? How we should live in life, hmm, and see if we find it how real and how we should live in life. Huh? Have any one of you seen a parrot? Huh? Parrot, na? Parrots have a unique ability. What is it? They can talk. They can actually speak. They can actually mimic, imitate, copy. Hmm. They can actually so parrots they can because of this ability they can strike a relationship with us, and they can be in that way friends because somewhat at a human level we can have some sort of dialogue with them. So there were a couple, a gentle elderly couple. They had a parrot in their house, and people keep parrots in their house in the cages. So they had a caged parrot in their house. Now, this gentle elderly couple, they were retired from social family duties, more relaxed after say. So they started more going into spiritual discourses, to listen classes, to listen Krishna Katha, Bhagavatam more. So they started going there. And now the parrot, uh, the parrot asked that the parrot asks them that okay, when you go this thingy, say when you go there, ask your guru, ask your teacher, ask your spiritual master, when will I get liberated? When will I get liberated? Very, very deep question. Na? Very deep, very philosophical question. No, no messing about. So the parrot is asking the owner say that can you ask your guru, your teacher, master, when will I get liberated? How will I get liberated? When will I get liberated? So fine, they said yes, sure, we'll ask. And look uh, how the parrot is helping them. So fine, they went usual, they went to the discourse classes, being going listening to Krishna Katha. Then they asked one day the teacher, the guru, after the discourse that we have a question. Our parrot is actually asking, when will he get liberated? So the guru was a bit stunned and he really appreciated the question and he took a pause, he took a moment and he said, you come tomorrow and ask me this question, I will answer you tomorrow. He didn't want to answer then. And tell your parrot this thing that tomorrow you will again ask the question and I will give the answer then. So find the couple relayed it back to the parrot and everyone is a bit intrigued and excited come tomorrow and what the response will be. So tomorrow, the next day, the couple went again and asked this question again, reminded after the class that, sir, can you now please explain when will the parrot get liberation? How will he get when will he get liberation? So, hearing this question, the guru he fainted. He fainted when he was reminded of this question. He lost consciousness. He lost control. He completely fainted, and he was externally like dumb, not responding. And even though then he was brought into external consciousness, he made sit again, uh, but still he was not at all speaking with them at a even at a human level. What I need, what I don't need. So find the members, the congregation, they were there for a certain time, and when they felt okay, yes, that he's now physically conscious, they left him and they moved on. All the members, and even that elderly couple who asked the question, they also left the guru and moved on. And everyone was a bit, oh, what sort of person is he? This is his role, this is his job to let us know when will we get liberated. And being upon asked this, he became so cold feet, say, or he became so unconscious. He's not at all responding. He's not at all dealing with us. He's not at all talking with us. As such of no good use. No, no, we better find another person. Say so, fine. And then this elderly couple also went back home, and they, well, what's the mystery? We didn't get any response, any answer. He's not a good guru, perhaps. Huh? They went home and they told the parrot parrot was asked, what is the response? Well, we asked your question, and what question did you ask? It made everyone in the hall disappear. The Swami, the monk, the Guru, the Sadhu, he had no response. He fainted. And even after coming into consciousness, he wasn't any active, he wasn't any speaking, he was completely lost. So we just moved on, we left. We felt that he was physically fine, we moved on. So the parrot, oh, really? Okay, fine. You know what the parrot did next? The next day, parrot also kind of fainted. Kind of fainted. The lady of the house says she was more intrigued with the parrot. She had a more friendship with the parrot, or she liked more the parrot. So she was trying to spend some time with the parrot, have a chat and all. And the parrot was not at all responding. Parrot also fainted altogether. Was motionless. Was not dealing, reciprocating at a parrot level, and pretty much say fainted. Hmm? And what made this? What was the outcome of it? What do you think, Karthike? What was the outcome of it? You know what the elderly couple did? Seeing this, they opened the cage of the parrot. Mr. Parrot, you are no more any good for us. You are no more any good use to us. What do we do with you? You are just fainted, you are just lazy, you are crazy, or you are not reciprocating, you are not dealing, you are not the same anymore. Hmm. You are not giving us enjoyment. You're not listening to us, you're not giving us enjoyment, you're not having a dialogue with us. What is the use as such? They opened the knob, say, the bolt, unlocked the bolt of the cage, opened it. And after some time seeing this, the parrot was unconscious, physically conscious, but say, appearing to be materially unconscious. And as he saw the opportunity that yes, the window is wide open now for me, off he went. He flew away. He flew away. And that is the message for all of us. This is how we have to act in this world. In this world, how do we have to act? As in, yes, Mr. World, we are with you. The face should belong to the world. Fine, face is okay if it belongs to the world. But the heart should belong to who? The heart should belong to Radha Krishna. Yeah. The heart should belong to Guru Gaurang. Face should belong to the word, as in, if I am a student, yes, college, school, university, I am with you. I follow what you say. I do my studies. If I'm playing sports, then yes, I'm with you. If I'm into music classes, yes, I'm with you. Hmm? Job, house, family, and all. Yeah, face should belong to the world, as in duty bound. Huh? Duty bound, not negligent as such, doing the needful, and okay, yes. Huh. Nothing creating a something, raising any sort of say suspicion or anything which hampers our practice of Krishna consciousness. But the heart should belong to Krishna altogether. The heart should belong to Radha Krishna. The heart should belong to Japa. The heart should belong to devotees. And then we'll find opportunities in this world that yes, the gates will be open. Actually, there is no bondage for us. What to speak of liberation? Liberation will come into effect only when we see that we are locked, when we are in bondage. But by practicing Krishna consciousness, we'll realize, well, The transcendental doors of the kingdom of the Lord are actually already open. There's no locking, there's no, the only blockage is what? My own ignorance. The toughest thing to give up in life, the toughest thing is to give up my ignorance. That is the toughest thing. What am I most attached to? I'm most attached to my ignorance only, in the form of temporary material sense gratification, material mundane attachments, some mundane aim aspiration with a slant of religion, with a slant of spirituality. What does it mean, a slant of spirituality? हाँ कार्तिक है.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What does slant mean, with a slant of spirituality, with a slant of Harsha, Anuja, others?
With a hint, with a tinge.
हाँ, on those lines. Hint, change, yeah. As in, okay, uh, primary role is what? Student and business and this. And okay, yes. As a secondary, yes, Krishna conscious element with an element of Krishna consciousness. But that will not suffice. That is not helpful. That is not good enough. No. Huh? Our primary role, primary vision should be what? Practicing Krishna consciousness. That should be the prime agenda. And rest is fill in the gap. Rest is filling. Rest is um, to all glorify the practice of Krishna consciousness. Our study, our occupation, our business, our family dealings, and all is is predominantly, it should be to fill in the gap. It should be, and it is to boost the real agenda of what? Meeting Krishna. That should be the real focus. We are anyway so lost in this world, heavily, heavily. you know, we say this. What is the difference between information, knowledge, and wisdom? What is the difference between information, knowledge, and wisdom? The world, if I may say at large, is stuck at the level of information. Uh, The world is selling knowledge. We all are being sold knowledge. In the name of knowledge, what we are given is information only. Anything which origin is out of matter, material identity, bodily identity. What identity? I'm Australian, I'm Brazilian. Someone may think, no, I'm Australian. I'm just saying. Someone may think I'm Brazilian. Someone may think I'm Indian. So, of this material bodily identity, then in the name of knowledge, only information is being sold. So, in Krishna consciousness, na, to know that I do not know, is it knowledge or is it ignorance? To know that I do not know, is it knowledge or ignorance?
Knowledge.
It is knowledge. To know that I do not know. And now we have to know this much what? How little I know and how little can I know. We know little only. And we can know no more than little. And knowing this does not belittles us. Rather, it makes us it. This is what will give us self confidence. This is what will give us a composure, a stability. That how little I know and how little can I know. And when I know that Krishna is the supreme knower, Krishna knows everything. And who is Krishna? The Lord of my life, meaning the love of my life, na? My heart and soul. And when I am in that loving relationship with Krishna, what else matters? Krishna knows, na? What does it matter then? How does it matter? Krishna knows. Imagine na, at a human level also, if I have a friend, or family member, and I say, oh yes, my mother knows or my friend knows, then I feel so secure. I'm so relaxed when I know that my friend or my mother knows it. Likewise, yes, Krishna is in supreme control. Krishna knows. Krishna is aware. Life will be very relaxed. So, philosophy without religion is mental speculation, dry speculation, and we find worldwide. In English, there's this expression. I don't know, some other places might also be used. Twiddling thumb. Heard of it? Twiddling thumb. Someone can check twiddling thumb. What does it mean? Philosophy without religion. Twiddling thumb. It means like okay, just there's another thing. Twiddling thumb. This sitting in an armchair, something like that. Aye, twiddling thumbs. Yes.
To waste your time.
Yeah, twiddling thumbs. Na means nothing to do, but just all talk, no show in a way. Na twiddling thumbs, or just sitting in an armchair, doing nothing but just like sitting. हिंदी में क्या बोलेंगे इसको कार्तिक है twiddling thumbs को?
पता नहीं प्रभु जी.
अनुजा हर्षा. ट्विडलिंग थंब मतलब पंचायती एक हिसाब से. कुछ करने को है नहीं बढ़िया, लेकिन पंचायती पूरी करनी है. So twiddling thumbs, no action oriented, but lots of talking, loud talking, in many ways. Empty vessel sounds much. Hmm. So that is uh, really philosophy without religion. As in many people, na you see them. Oh, I know about philosophy, this religion, Christianity. This is their philosophy. This is the flaw in the philosophy. Hare Krishna. This is their philosophy. This is the flaw in the philosophy. This should be the life philosophy and everything. But just twiddling thumbs, doing nothing about it. No practice. Hmm. Philosophy without practice, no good as such. Uh, and twiddling thumb, and this is by and large we are also right. In Hindi they say na like Bhagavad Gita तो पता है कुछ नया बताओ कुछ और बताओ as in Krishna consciousness. Oh, I know that, tell me something new, tell me something different. Uh, so this is mental speculation, philosophy we know very much in the head, stuck in the head, just at the level of intellect, and this is not going to help at all without bringing a culture of religion, as in without bringing a culture, a practice around it. If there is just philosophy but no practice of it, it will burn oneself out and it will burn the other person. Another is what? There's religion aspect but no philosophy. Religion aspect as in, okay, we know the culture, what? Wearing devotional dress, dhoti kurta, ladies wear saris, and devotional dress, and then putting on tilak, paint, and furthermore things. But so all accepting all the religious in a way rituals and ceremonies and processes, but don't know the philosophy or not inspired by the philosophy, not driven by a purpose. They both are not going to work. And this is where Krishna consciousness it is an individual's practice very much, and a collective as well. And in Krishna consciousness the both have to be married very properly, philosophy and the religion aspect, and it's so nicely intertwined, the overall daily practice. If you see the morning prayer, the first morning prayer happens 4:30 a.m. in the temple. 4:30. And what is going on? Some religious ceremonies or practice going on, worship and all. And then there is philosophy, a bit of a short talk for japa, mantra meditation, then mantra meditation, then again some puja, some ceremony happening, then a class, proper Srimad Bhagavatam, highest philosophical class. So when the two have to come together very nicely. Now, this atyahar, eating too much, na? Eating too much will lead us into again sleeping too much. We'll sleep and we won't come into that consciousness of what? Asking that why question. So important why question. We won't. In these purports we read what? One is simple living, high thinking. Huh? That is at the level of knowledge, I would say. Simple living, high thinking. That okay, live simply, whatever we have, minimalistic, humanistic, so many things, na? And yeah, do welfare for society, community. That is still at the level of basic knowledge only, perhaps. Another is what? Simple living and Krishna thinking. That is ultimate. Simple living. Simple living meaning no crookedness, no cheating, mm, no manipulation. No, simple living and Krishna thinking, Krishna desiring. That is ultimate. By and large, the current status is what? Huh? Sinful living and sinful thinking. Huh? Very much lower sense of living and lower sense of thinking. Uh, Purport reads something on newspapers and all, no? So much of newspapers and all. Open any country's news channel. What will we find? Riots, mm, fights.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I ask you a
Huh?
question, if you don't
Yeah,
mind?
sure. Yeah, sure.
Yes. So actually, I wanted to know, did Krishna and Radha were ever married, or what? Like, and proper explanation, because people say lots of things, and I feel like I want to know a proper kind of way. If you know, can you tell me something about it?
ठीक है। राधा एंड कृष्ण ना, देखो, राधा कृष्ण एक आत्मा दुई देहधारी, चैतन्य चैतामृत से राधा कृष्ण एक आत्मा दुई देहधारी, अन्य अन्य विलसने रसास्वादन करी. Now this talk of na shadi, so yeah, in Gopal Champu we see Srila Sanatan Das Goswami's writings, teachings, I believe, and in Gopal Champu we see in Krishna Leela na, they get married as well. So in Krishna Leela, we see Krishna marries the gopis, Krishna marries Shrimati Radharani. Huh? And in Gopal Champu and Krishna Leela, we see that what in Krishna's there's something as Prakat Prakash and Aprakat Prakash, meaning something as manifested Leela and unmanifested pastimes. So in his manifested pastimes, say, Prakat Prakash say, when Krishna appears in Bhama Vrindavan, he leaves Vrindavan and goes to Dwarka Mathura. And in Aprakat Prakash, unmanifested, he never leaves Vrindavan. He never leaves. So when he leaves and he returns also, and in yeah Gopal Champu we see that he gets married also to Shrimati Radharani. Although Krishna is above the rules of marriage and anything, Radha and Krishna, they are one only. They are no different. They are one only. Uh, and they are beyond these societal rules and regulations of say marriage. For us, we lack in understanding purity. We heavily lack in understanding purity, spiritual purity. But that is not the case with Radha Krishna, of course, and the Brajvasis. So, for the enhancement of the Leela, Krishna enjoys this Swakiya Ras and Parakiya Ras. Parakiya means that okay, Radha is someone different. Radha is different, Krishna is different, and they are living in the Braj, in same Braj, huh? And they know each other, and now Krishna is in love with Radha, Radha is in love with Krishna. So that is like a Parakiya Bhav by the arrangement of Pawnmasi, Yogmaya Shakti of Krishna. They are put into this bhav that they are say like separate, that they don't have a direct um, link or relation with each other. And in Swakiya Bhav, yes, that there is no separation. So yes, they were unmarried as well and they were married as well. Now for in order to dekho, for this na, there is not like a straightforward as such answer, or what is needed is a level of faith, uh, some purity, a level of faith. And that is again twiddling thumbs na. Many people they are like, okay, Swamiji, Prabhuji, or this ji, that ji, Guruji, now, do you have? I have a question. This is my question. Can you answer this question about Radha Krishna pastime? About Mahaprabhu's pastime? Why did Ramayan? Why did this happen? Mahabharat? Why did this happen? Why that and all? Asking question is good. It should build our faith. but then we should be practicing as well. Huh? See these stages, na. One is one acknowledges the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Huh? One acknowledges the teachings of Krishna consciousness. Is it good? Yes, it is good. But should it stop there? No, not at all. One admires. One is to acknowledge. Okay, good. Next is what? Better than acknowledgement is what? Admiration. That, yes, I admire. Now, admiration, na, many say, oh, I admire you practice Krishna consciousness. I admire you do this and practice Krishna. So, admiration is good. And next, above admiration, should it stop there? No. Should we be okay, this is a better maybe. Should we be acknowledging Krishna consciousness? Should we be admiring teachings of Krishna consciousness, practice of Krishna consciousness? Or should we be following the teachings, practice of Krishna consciousness? Should we be practicing? Should we be talking the wisdom? Should we be living the wisdom? Where should we go? Huh? Of course, we should be coming to a stage wherein we want to live the wisdom, wherein we want to live the philosophy. Okay, there is a progression, gradual perhaps, admire, acknowledge, respect, but we have to come to a stage wherein we practice, wherein we follow, and wherein we live the philosophy altogether. No? So, question is good. Question is good, definitely, and there is no harm or obstacle or this no in asking question, but accordingly, we also need to grow. Otherwise, okay, um, in a way, jack of all trade, master of none. Na? In a way, oh, I know from here, I know from there, but it is all in the surface. What do we do? I am thumb twiddler. I know everything, but what do I do? I'm a thumb twiddler. I do nothing about it. Mm, That should not be the instance. So, does this somewhat answer your question? Mahashri?
Yes, sorry. Can you ask the question again? What did you just say? Just that
Now,
last line.
the response, does it answer your question a bit, resolve your query a bit?
Yeah, yeah, I understood it properly. So thank you so much.
Okay. Uh, Now, religion, no, it should not be used like a crutch or this thing to get something out from God, to get something, and especially any mundane or material. That should not. This is why the youth, where does the force lie? In the youth only, no? The vitality, the vibrancy, the energy, the fearlessness nature is in youth. The force is in youth. The out of box thinking is in youth. All of this is in youth. And if the youth is not connected with Krishna, with spirituality, it's such a loss, huge loss. And see, worldwide, the youth is a bit uninterested in, if I may say, in a conventional sense of practice of religion. Why? Because there's so many questions youth have, and there's not a platform wherein those questions can be in a friendly, humble way passed on. So then it appears like, okay, it's a bit dogmatic. Religion is a bit dogmatic, or Krishna consciousness could be a bit dogmatic, but actually, no. And there's so much of satisfaction at all level, at social level, such good friendship, at intellectual level, such satisfaction, at mental level, such satisfaction, uh, satisfaction at all level, body, mind, and soul all together, and such pure, such nourishing satisfaction. So our purpose of practicing Krishna consciousness or say religion, na, it should not be to solve again our material problems. Like that example, what a ladder is provided in a prison, and I chop the ladder so that I can burn wood and get some warmth. How long will that warmth last, Baba? Not long, na? What is better? Okay, the ladder is there. Let me climb the ladder and cross the wall, get out of the prison altogether. Devotees say this and check this out. Is it not the reality? And we all are seekers of motivation. We all want motivation in life. We all are looking for inspiration. Now, stages of motivation again, be the life of a student, be the life of a uh, teacher, be the life of a sports person, be the life of a professional person, or be the life of pi, whose ever life. Na? See, we all are looking for motivation or inspiration. Now, practicing, say, religion as well. What could be the motivation? The lowest level of motivation is practicing religion, Krishna consciousness, or religion. It is seen in society. I wouldn't say much in Krishna consciousness though, but in traditional religion, it is seen in society. The motivation is out of fear. People go to places of worship, but more out of fear. If I don't go, something wrong will happen to me. Or if something bad happened, suppose one day what car damaged or roof is leaking, this is because I did not pray, this is because I did not fast, this is because I did not meditate, this is because I did not go to the place of worship, this is because at the place of worship I was yawning, this is because at the place of worship I was not listening, so God is punishing me. So I'm better go. So one motivation is what, to out of fear. Huh? Yeah, Karthika will come soon. Huh? So motivation out of fear, and this is in the life of school as well, student life, uni life, working life also. Na? Oh, let me go to uni on time out of fear. Otherwise, teacher will be upset, boss will be upset, spouse will be upset if I don't do this. So we are motivated, and fear is a big motivator. Fear motivates. You know, fear is such a helpful motivation. Generally, fear is carries a negative connotation, right? Fear is not a good idea. Na? In Krishna consciousness, fear can be a big blessing. If I can be fearful of the separation of from Krishna, or if I can be fearful of the forgetfulness of from Krishna, if I can be fearful that, oh, I'm engaging in some mundane sense gratification, and this will hurt me in Krishna consciousness a lot. If I can be fearful of that, ah, see, one way we can never commit sin, again, sin as in not a dogmatic sense. Sin meaning something which puts us away from Krishna. So there is one way we can never commit sin when we tell ourselves what Krishna is watching. If I have that much of faith and sanity that yes, I'm thinking like this, I'm going to do like this, I'm going to act like this, and if I say Krishna is watching me. Now, for that, faith is needed, for that, practice is needed. So many people in this world, they are lost to pornography. Is it not? Youth, again, youth only, and elderlies also lost to, and by the blessings or the curse of internet, say, or the usage or whatever, by the Dane, by the mm, this platform of internet, so much of internet pornography, na, addicted, say. Now, if someone is diseased by it, by this thing, but if he or she can has this sanity, at least Krishna is watching me, Krishna is watching, then we can never go in any un-Krishna conscious sense. No. So fear can be the biggest motivator for us. But in societal terms, people practice religion mostly out of fear. Evolving out of fear is what? Out of desires. Like going to job, na? Oh, if I don't work, if I don't do my 9 to 5 properly, boss will be angry and I will have to suffer. Fear. And then motivation out of desire. If I do 9 to 5 properly, bonus time is coming, ratings time is coming, boss will be happy, I'll get extra money, wife will be happy, husband will be happy. Uh, Out of desires, if I do this, my desire will be full. So go to religion as well. God, we use him as a crutch now. Okay, God is what? Our order supplier. You meditate, you pray. People say, na, attract the universe. And YouTube, wow. So many spiritual speakers. This is the time when the universe is listening more attentively to you. Wake up at this time, wear this stone, put on this meditation, do this meditation, and the universe will listen to you and your desires will be fulfilled. In Krishna consciousness, are we here to fulfill our desires? Or are we here to understand the desire of Krishna and fulfill the desire of Krishna? Huh? We should hanker for Krishna, we should lament for Krishna. So, rising above fear is desire. People practice religion to fulfill their own desires. Huh? Then, above desire is what? Duty bound practice. That I don't fear. I have no desire. I genuinely have a duty. God, nature has given us so much. Huh? So now I express my attitude, gratitude. That yes, I genuinely want to go to church, temple, pray, fast, read, chant, genuinely out of duty. That is the motivation. Highest is what? Out of love. That is the highest. When we are driven by love, when we are caused by love altogether. And it is love only. In love, in pure love, there is no right and wrong. Pure love is above right and wrong. Pure love is above mistakes. Such a peace, na, when we are engaged somewhere and we know, okay, this is a mistake free zone. Suppose we are sitting in Goranga Hall, and places wherever we are, say, and if we know, we are told, okay, this is a complete mistake free zone, it will feel so relaxed, won't we? We'll feel such a degree of freedom. I can act normal, I can act the way I like, I can be the way I like, and I know that I won't this anything won't be a mistake. That is love in love stage. And that is the stage of Brajvasis, that is the stage of pure bhakti, where everyone is completely attached, surrendered to Krishna, and living in pure love, where they are free from mistake altogether. Okay, Karthika, you were saying something?
Yes, Prabhuji. I had a meeting, so like it's going on right now, so I'll have to leave. Thank you so much for your knowledge, Hare Krishna. And today my sister is here, so whatever you are teaching next, she'll listen to it and she'll tell me later about it.
Sure. Thank you, Karthika.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Okay, any other thoughts, questions, or comments, or say clarification? Anyone else? Okay, I think we give it a break here, huh? We give it a pause here. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll continue the purport also, whatever is remainder tomorrow, and try to see further discuss as much as we can understand. Hmm. Krishna consciousness is higher than the sky, say, and deeper than the sea. In Bhagavatam we see this. Yascha Muda Mate Loke, Yascha Buddhe Param Gata. Tao Ubhau Sukham Edate, Klishyati Antarito Janam. Uh, so, in this is a thing in life. Who suffers in life? Those who are in betweeners only suffer or struggle in life. One who is, say, very rich, one who is extremely rich, he has no worries in life. Even if he makes a loss, 100,000 pounds, what's the big deal for him? No, no problem. And someone who is very poor, completely poor, penniless, he's also nothing to worry, na? Nothing to. Struggle is for whom? Those who are in betweeners. Struggle is for the in betweeners only. Uh, Some fish which is very deep in the bed of the ocean, no worry. Uh, Struggle is for the in-betweeners only. Likewise, in Krishna consciousness also, na, we have to go deep in our practice. Uh, that is called introspection, or going internal. Only when we go internal, then we will find charm, and then we can free ourselves from distraction or temptation. Otherwise, world is full of distraction, temptations, heavy. Okay, on this note, maybe we'll give you peace. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you for your kind participation and joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.